I need the papers.
Yeah,
Talking about a death
Sometimes you get
certificate.
engaged, y'all live together, you be like, never mind. And now you got to tell everybody it's called. That's the whole thing. Like,
That's why you don't tell nobody. That's why you don't tell nobody. The secret is if you want to save yourself from embarrassment, keep your engagement on the low between you and your little circle. Do never post anything on social media until you get married and got the wedding pictures.
It shouldn't even have to be like that. Like, everybody agree. Yeah, part of it, like, if we're engaged, at that point, I should be safe in the relationship. That I should.
Yeah, I don't.
If I can't at that point, I'm not marrying you.
Nobody's safe, Shanna. Nobody's safe.
It's worse to get
married if you in Atlanta.
Than be embarrassed. So it's worse to get embarrassed after you're married. Like, no, if
it's embarrassing no matter what. Like,
yeah, I'm not. No, if I get engaged, I'm going to share it. I'm going to post it.
Yeah. Because that secret stuff thing, a lot of stuff goes on in shadows. No.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So let me give y'all something. Let me give y'all something real quick. Okay.
Once you like live in your truth and you get it out, then you move. Life goes on. But it would have been harder for me to have been keeping that a secret and nobody knew. And then it's like, I'd rather be like, look, I lived it. Like I moved on. Like it is what it is.
I hear you. And what I want to say is when you do share it though, you're going to get like 1,000 likes, right? Congratulations. But for every 1,000 likes you get, there's going to be 3,000 haters out there. Now, if you gotta pray on your engagement. You gotta pray on your engagement because you already know the enemy does not want you to be married, period. Right? So all your friends that say that you're your friends, they really wanted your man all this time.
What? What kind of love you have?
I'm just saying, I've seen it all.
About that last week, y'all. We talked about
seen it all.
Not
me.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
They come out the woodwork.
Yeah.
I mean, that comes with the territory. I mean, okay, I'll even take me as an example. When I got my home and put my home in, like, I mean, I was like, okay, I'm about to post this. I had a little anxiety about it, but it's just like, it is what it is. Like, I'm rooted in my faith and like, you know, I come from a Caribbean background. So when I got my house, my mom, don't make fun of me, y'all. Yes, we lit sage and some other stuff. And we walked around the entire house and prayed. And after I have my housewarming party and all these energies are in my home, I will be doing that again to cleanse. So I get what you're saying, Jay, but I'm not going to live in like that type of mindset. Like I'm going to bask and enjoy my life and my happiness. And naturally, whoever supports me genuinely will be there.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm not to interrupt you. I'm not saying by you not posting it on social media, you're not going to enjoy it. You can enjoy it all you want. I'm just letting you know from some experience and from other people's experience is that as you see in the chat right there, all right, salute to you. It is an added stress. I'm just going to say that. And it's not from like your direct people. It's from people that's like you've known in the past or your fiance's known in the past. I'm just saying. You know,
maybe let that affect you.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Let me just highlight a couple of good comments I do want to highlight real quick. Monique 69 Ways says her wedding plans would be the courthouse and then a great reception. Listen, I've actually thought about that too. But I know my parents would want to see me walk on the aisle and like. But I'm like, I don't know. I thought about it. I'm like, damn, Mom, you just want to go to the courthouse and then have like a bomb ass reception? Because that's what I care about the most. Like, I care about the reception. Like, my shit about to be lit. Like, that's just. And I'm Caribbean. I got people in London. Like, we turn up in my family, so it's gonna be fun. So either way, it's gonna be a time. But yeah, I thought about that. Interesting question from Eric. Should men be allowed to help with planning the wedding, or is it just a bride thing? I'm going to take a stab at it first, you guys. I think most women would love it if a man wanted to be involved. I think what I've seen from my friends, and of course it depends on the man, I've seen men be involved with certain things. You know what I mean? I think it's important to let your man like have a say-so in certain things because it's his wedding too. But men know like the girly shit, like they don't care about the flowers and the centerpieces and they don't give a fuck about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let the man kind of feel like he has a say so, and y'all can kind of come together and figure out, decision making together. But yes, most men take a back seat and just let the woman do whatever. Y'all have an opinion on this question about men involved in the wedding planning?
I do. I love it. I mean, if I'm getting married, he's supposed to be my best friend. So
yeah,
why not?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, it's both of y'all things. I agree.
Yeah,
do men want to be involved? Normally not.
Yeah. Now, certain things, like the attire, the music, the food, the alcohol, and maybe the date would be a factor too. Well, it was for me, but yeah, they're not concerned about the flowers and the stuff like that. They're not worried about that.
Jay, any commentary on that? Would you want to be involved to a certain extent with the wedding planning?
No, I agree with the panel that no, we do not want to be involved with, the color of the flowers or, whatever it is. Like, I just want to make sure I have my outfit together and my best man. I want to choose my best man and groomsmen. And as long as my crew is together, we're good. And as long as you're satisfied with our outfits matching or whatever the case is, as long as it goes with the theme or whatever you want, that's all I need. And just give me my bachelor party, be good.
That's all you want to get to, ain't it?
That's what the fellas.
Are you going to go to Vegas? Are you going to be in Vegas?
No, we're going to church and we're going to pray all night long.
Bible City.
In Sin City.
Okay, pretty good. Hey, shout out to PG.
Hey, PG, praying for you yet.
That's my love. I'm praying for you still, sweetheart. She said my husband wanted to be involved mainly attire, food, and absolutely. That's what my dad did too. Food, music, stuff like that. Yeah. I love it. Okay. I love it, love it, love it. Who is it? DeMarcus, I'm actually gonna save your question. I'm gonna gonna save that for another topic, I think, for another day. Or maybe no, I'm not. I'm actually gonna do it now because we're talking about weddings and shit. It actually works perfectly. DeMarcus, shout out to DeMarcus. He asked, do y'all believe in prenups?
Oh, shoot.
Ooh-wee. This has become another topic, just due to the times that we're in and the evolution of people and battle of the sexes and women becoming more independent. This is DeMarcus. Shout out to you.
The Marcus question is not the way you think it's gonna go. He got he flips everything.
That's fine. I'm gonna flip it my way how I want to flip it. Flip, flip, flip. Okay, we're gonna go in reverse. Shayna, do you believe in prenups? And if so, explain why.
Yeah, I think like with everything that we discussed so far, it's situational. I mean, if you broke, then why are we even having the conversation? But and then a lot of times we'll be seeing in social media the people have prenups and they're fighting the prenup. So I'm almost at the point like, what's the point of the prenup? We fighting it every chance we get. But I mean, I'm not against it, especially if there's a lot of assets and things involved. As long as it makes sense for both of you, don't just sign it. Get your lawyer too. Everybody, both sides should make sure it works for them.
Hello, AminaSeenIt. Prenups.
Absolutely. I do. And you know what? If everybody handles it maturely, it not necessarily have to be a bad thing. It could protect you and your partner. And it's something you agree with when you're both calm and level-headed rather than being emotional. And it protects you and the person. So if y'all like really make logical decisions on how it's going to be structured, I think it's wonderful. I think I love it. Yes. I'm for prenups.
Awesome.
That, and I know what I'm about to be making.
That's right, girl. Listen, times are changing. Jay, prenups? Yay or no?
We want prenup. We want prenup. Yeah. I mean, shout out to Shauna though, because if you are broke, what the hell are you fighting over for real? Like, seriously, like, oh, yo, I don't want you to get half of my freaking PlayStation 5. Like, come on, dog. Like, for real. What y'all doing? But if you do have some assets that you want to protect, the just in case your ass won't take half of what I worked so hard for prior to this, hell yeah, sign right here, man. Here you go. Sign right here. Because no, you ain't getting half of the stuff I did prior to. Now, if we did some stuff together, okay, I get you. You know what I'm saying? We built an empire together. It's only right. You know what I'm saying? We break up, half go to you, half go to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I put in 70%, 30%, we married. You know what I'm saying? We two peas in the pod. It is what it is. We work together. We worked hard on it together. It's only right that, you know, you get half of whatever we built together. But prior to, oh no.
I agree. Let me add this little caveat for you, Jay.
Yeah.
What if you're the breadwinner?
Yeah.
You guys, God forbid, divorce.
God
Are
forbid.
you going to pay alimony? Would you be willing to pay alimony?
I would. That's a good question. And I think I'm gonna just say it like this. I think it will be based off of how the relationship went, right? Because if you was a mother freaking devil from hell,
right.
No. If we had a loving, you know, of course we're gonna have an argument. That's the reason why we're getting the divorce, right? But prior to, you know, if you was good, you know, if you were good to me and I was good to you, and just things was just like, we amicably are just gonna break apart because it's just not working. We going in two different directions, and I'm the breadwinner, and I know you don't have any bread like that. I may do it.
Yeah,
I may do it because I still have love for you. You know what I'm saying? I still have love for you.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
I may not love you anymore, but I still got love for you.
Right. State law determines for him, right, as far as alimony. God, I gotta ask. Any lawyers in the building? Right? I think it depends on what state, but you know, people try to fight it, I think. So I just wanted to know if he'd be like willing. But I mean, that's not always black and white. So yeah. I definitely understand that. And then Candy, love, yay or nay to prenups?
Yes, I agree with prenups. And DeMarcus, I want you to highlight his comment. And me and him had this conversation already. No, not that one. About trusting. That's why you have car. That's why you have insurance.
Exactly.
It's just an insurance policy, in my opinion. That's all it is. It's just taking care of you just in case something happens. You have car insurance. Hey, it's the same thing, you know.
Just in case. And one thing I can tell you, I feel like what scares me about marriage and divorce is people can become very spiteful. And that's where I think prenups, that's not the only reason, but I think that's one of the reasons why prenups are important. Of course, it's all good when we're lovey-dovey and in the honeymoon stage, but people can get really nasty. Hi. Do we have a visitor? People can get pretty nasty and spiteful, men and women. I've seen it. So yes, prenups. I am yay to prenups. Okay, very good panel. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Let's see. Okay, another topic on the list. And before I go on, hold on, just a quick little reminder for the people, honey. Pause what y'all are doing. Go ahead and like this video. Please subscribe to myself and my lovely panel. And then make sure you turn on the notification bell button. That way you will be notified whenever we drop new content. All right. Get them likes up, people. Thank you. Thank you.
Lovely and handsome. Lovely and handsome.
Wait, what? Lovely and handsome panel. That's what I said, right? Okay. Jay, it's okay. We're gonna give him special treatment because he's the only man here. So
no, please. No, it's equal rights. It's equal rights for everyone. No special treatment. Okay. We're equal here. Okay.
We are equal, yes. Okay, y'all. Next topic on the list, honey. Can a bad spouse be a good parent? This is loaded. let's see. I'm gonna go opposite way. Candy Love, you wanna start and take a stab at this one? How you? I saw you make a face like, huh? You had to think about it for a second. I'll say it again. Can a bad spouse be a good parent? And feel free to go wherever you want with this. Go in depth. All that good stuff. Do you want me to come back to you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Jay, you take a stab at it. Can a bad spouse be a good parent? And this is a loaded one, so
This is definitely loaded. Now, when you say bad, right? Because there's so many levels of bad, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we got to kind of define, okay, in this scenario, would they be a good parent? In this scenario, would they be a good parent? You know what I'm saying? So let's kind of define that. If they are just like a terrible, non-trusting, like I don't trust you, you're a cheater, you're a liar, you're a freaking, narcissist, da 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 da. Could they be a good parent? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. And you know why I say yes? Because them being narcissistic, gaslighting, a cheater, right? That doesn't mean that that's how they're going to treat the child.
Correct.
Right? If they truly love their child, which they should, just because they're an a-hole to you does not mean they're going to be an a-hole to that child. They will love that child with all their heart, but to you, you and that person, that your spouse, just doesn't get along. They just have bad characteristics, right? Bad character traits towards a relationship. Example of real life. Now, again, I wasn't married, but an example of real life is that I was with a young lady who had 2 boys, right? I'm not going to name your name, ma'am, but we were together for about 4.5 years. And while she was an incredible mother, incredible, again, single mom, right? Incredible mother, great mother. Of course, you know how some of y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Things go bad with the relationship. You do your best to kind of overcompensate a little bit because dude is not here, their father's not here. So you do your best to be as great as you can as a parent. But she sucked as a girlfriend. It just was not good. It was not good. And I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna give her just some grace. I think I was the first boyfriend she had after she broke up with, her baby daddy.
Oh, yeah.
So she didn't really learn how.
Years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
but still, she was good. She was good. And then there was some rocky times in between that 4 years. But she just couldn't find the balance between mom and you know what I'm saying? Just that was the difficult part for her, which that's why I give her a little bit of grace, Shauna. You know what I'm saying? Because it was very difficult. And I was trying to, just kind of be flexible, like, all right, yeah, I'm going to take you out on a date. All right, let me tell my mom. All right, tell your mom now. Now I'm going to wait till she gets home, and then I'm just going to drop off the kids, and then I'm going to kind of force her into taking care of the kids. I'm like, she's going to say no if you do it that. What are you doing? Like, you don't trick your mom like that. She's going to trip you up, and then we're not going to be able to go down on a date that I paid for and made reservation for. So it was rough. It was pretty rough. So can they to answer your question again, can they be a great parent even though they're a bad spouse or bad partner? Yes. I say yes. Depends, but say yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. AminaSeenIt, what is your take on the topic?
I'm going to go with, for the most part, absolutely. They could give that child the love, like that's their child, unless they're unless you feel like your child is in danger and they're reckless to the point where you feel like your child is in jeopardy, then no. But if it's just something like relationship wise, or y'all just didn't get along, like, for example, we're going to go back to, I guess, because BMF just ended or whatever. It didn't work out between both of them, but like, come on, he was really good to his kids. So, and she's good to her kids, but they're just not good together. So,
right.
I mean, Absolutely. And kids love that. Come on, why would you take their other parent away because it didn't work out? It has nothing to do with one has nothing to do with the other, unless their child is in danger.
Right. Shayna?
I agree.
Can I? Oh, do you mind if I? Because everybody was asking if it was from Martell Holt, and I thought of the question, and I didn't get it from Martell Holt. If that's okay, I thought of the question earlier, and it was because of Gary Owens is what made me think of it. But it's like that's what made me think about it. And Martell Holt, I don't think that Martell Holt, as long as it's been going, I don't think he's a good father at this point because of the way he tries to expose the mother. Now, Gary Owens, I don't know, because my parents got divorced. And I still have great relationships with my parents. I would never say my dad was a bad dad. He's an amazing dad. My mom was a great mom. Like Amina said, they just didn't work out. Things didn't work out. Now, some of the decisions he made affected our relationship, but Gary flat out cut him off because of what he did to their mom. So that was what made me think of the question. Now, Martell was trying to expose his ex-wife. You don't do something like that and say you care about your kids.
Thank you, Shayna. Thank you. Thank you for making those examples. And I'm going to give y'all 2 examples because this is a very complicated, loaded question. I'm going to give y'all 2 examples. Gary Owen. If y'all don't know, Gary Owen is a comedian. He's the white guy. He's funny, whatever. Okay. He was on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. And if y'all don't know, he has been in a very messy, divisive, nasty divorce battle. I don't even know if it's settled yet. It might be settled, but it was a nasty divorce with his ex-wife. He takes ownership for the demise of the relationship. He was caught cheating, and not just once or twice. He was in these streets, y'all, in these streets. And so rightfully so, she's heartbroken and filed for divorce. Now, because of what happened with the ex-wife, I'm not in their home. I don't know how the conversations went. I don't know who may have been influenced, but his kids essentially cut him off due to what happened between him and their mother. And I feel like that was wrong if the wife influenced them to do that. If the kids felt like, you know what, Dad, I am upset with you. I am hurt by your actions. I need a moment to just decompress and figure that out. I could respect and understand that. But I think now it's been like 3 years and he hasn't seen his children. And I feel like, I know women, we take on so much, and it does feel like we always have to be the thoughtful one and the considerate one. And I know that gets tiring. I know it does. But for me, as if I was a mother in that situation, I would not feel right with telling my kids to basically cut off their father. I would not be adding fuel to the fire. I would definitely still try to bridge the gap and have them have a relationship. I just think I feel for him. I've seen other interviews where he's like damn near in tears because he misses his kids and he's tried to show up. He went to their graduation and went to this game and went to that activity and just would pop up and call, text. They ignore it. I feel for him. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, I actually have sympathy for Gary Owen. Now, an example where I think where we're going with the whole Martell Holt situation, and I have to call out 50 Cent. When you publicly or privately, but especially if you publicly go against the mother of your children, the way that Martell Holt has and the way that 50 Cent has, in the long run, are you not hurting your child? Let me refresh y'all's memory. We know 50 Cent. We love 50 Cent, but he is the biggest troll. and his baby mama, Daphne, gorgeous, by the way, had relations with Diddy, which 50 Cent never liked. He always made fun of that situation. However, long story short, she got mixed up in the lawsuit and they tried to say that she was a SEX worker or something like that. So he went on the internet and started trolling her and just going in on her. And then to add insult to injury, he even said he was going to file for full custody of the kid, which is like, come on, dude, are you serious? I just don't agree with the way he came at her publicly. I think it was disrespectful. Seemingly, she's been a great mom. I know a while back they did have a good co-parenting relationship. She would let 50 see the kid as much as he could. Obviously, we know 50 is booked and busy, so we know the child is with the mom 98% of the time. So I just think it was terrible to threaten her with that. So do you guys see what I'm saying? There's a difference between the Gary Owen situation and then the 50 Cent situation. Anybody want to speak to either?
Me and Amina.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Amina.
Would you want your kid around Diddy? Because I would have an issue with
it's
that.
Not about no. It's not about that.
How much time is she spending with Diddy, and is my kid there?
No, the kid was not there. That wasn't the issue.
So she's never had her. If the kid is around her 90% of the time, and she's hanging around Diddy most of the time, and
stop. She's got babysitters and nannies and stuff like that. She's not dragging their 7-8-year-old kid to a Diddy party. Come on now.
She's not. She hangs around him, meaning she stays there a lot. Like you'll see her randomly walking across the screen. I mean, I have a problem with what he's being accused of. As for a mother having a child, I would be concerned.
The child is not in direct danger. If there were accusations, again, accusations, not evidence, she hasn't been prosecuted. This is all he say, she say, that she's a SEX worker and was having freak offs with him on her spare time. That has nothing to do with the kid. That's on her fair time, the same way 50 Cent can do stuff on his free time, right? So on her free time, okay, she was dating Diddy. That doesn't have anything to do with the kid's well-being of the child. But what does have to do with the well-being of the child is when he goes to school and the kids are like, "Oh, your dad went in on your mom. Look what he said. Yo, he called your mom this. Yo, they going in. Oh, snap."
Well, I want to say something.
Go ahead, Shayna.
It wasn't about the Diddy and 50 Cent. It was about what I wanted to say was about the Gary situation, because it's also, what do we identify as a good dad? Because people are like, if you're the well-being of the house, I've seen in the comments, is that affecting the kids? Now, Gary may mention when he spoke about his idea of what a good dad is, it was paying for things. And I was like his children. I was grown. I was a mother already. I was fully grown when my parents got divorced. It affected me differently. Seeing how he is, I almost cut him off as well, because the way I was looking at it as a woman, but for the sake of the relationship with my dad, because my relationship with my dad was so tight, I had to overlook things that he did and see him as a human and not just my dad. But I mean, if he's just saying I paid for this, I paid for that, that's not a good dad. That relationship, that bond is what makes you a good parent.
I will say, I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with that statement. You can't just throw money at a kid and think you're a good parent. No. But what I don't know what he said on Club Shay Shay completely, but I've seen multiple interviews in the past. And what I saw from their reality show, he did to me, seemingly, I don't live with these people. He seemingly came off like a very caring parent who was involved with his children, and they seemed to love their dad. But yeah, go ahead, Jay. What's your take on the topic?
Well, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nah, I was kind of like going with what you were saying about 50 Cent and how his the kid's friends would be like, "Oh, did you see how your father did this?" At the same time, while they're seeing their father do this. And I think it was just an emotional reaction from 50, because he is a public person and this is coming out. At the same time, these kids are going to be seeing that his mother, the child's mother, is allegedly connected to Diddy. And if everybody knows what's going on with Diddy, these kids find out really fast, faster than us. Then I think it's damaging on all levels, not just one sided. I'm not saying I agree with how 50 handled it and his words towards her. I would never do something like that, right? If I was in that position, but I think because he's such a public person and everybody knows that he has a disdain for Diddy because of how Diddy is doing artists and people in general, and he knew way more than we did before it actually came out. You know, it's embarrassing on all levels. So I think that it's not just 50 hurting the son; it's her and everybody involved that is going to be hurting the son in the long run.
Well, look at what 50 did to his eldest son. Was 50 doing it for his son's protection, or was he doing it just to be spiteful? Because we know how petty he is.
That's what I'm saying.
I would be concerned too with the Diddy thing, but when it comes to 50, we know his motives aren't for the child because he kicked his own child.
Yeah, I'm not saying that 50 is like the most decent person in the world. I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
I'm not saying that. I'm not defending him at all.
I know.
It's just that that's another situation as well. Would I've done that to my son? No. But again, that's how he's handling it. It may not be the best way. Everybody's damaging everybody. Hurt people hurt people.
Right.
50 was hurt. His son's hurt. The mother's hurt. Little boy is hurt. Everybody's hurt right now.
Yeah, I agree.
When the relationship's in, it's never going to be the same.
Right.
It can get really nasty, and I don't know, y'all.
Yeah, but I didn't get the answer because I had to think about it. But that's a loaded question. It just depends on the situation. As long as, of course, if you're not happy, it's best to separate than to be together for the kids' sake. That does them no good. Especially if you're not going to, especially if you're not going to fake it like y'all happy and or a union. Just as long as he's not being abusive to the mother, which in turn hurts the children.
Right.
You know, I think that's being a good parent when you're trying to make sure the mom is happy. When mom's happy, everybody's happy. If you making mom sad and cry and doing all this stuff to her, then of course the children are disrupted then because she is upset around the kids, don't know how to act around the kids, or y'all arguing and fussing in front of the kids. Stuff like that can traumatize a child. That's not a good parent. Martell Hope, we know I think he might be the poster child for not a good parent. People said he was, but nah, you trash, you garbage. Because you can't even take care of them financially for one thing. But anyway, when you brought up the Gary Owen thing, I think maybe the mom is not being a good mom if she is not ensuring the child reaches out to the father. Maybe she's not being a good parent. You know, that reflects on her too, because why aren't you talking to your father? Talk to your father. Call your daddy. Hey, Gary, here's Keisha. Hey, Gary, here's Monique.
When they're grown, though, these are adult children.
Yeah, but still, I mean, they were. But when did they get divorced? How long has it been?
I think he said 3 years.
3 years now.
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
Well, he's paying for college for somebody.
He paying.
You know, he's not a baby.
These are grown children.
Yeah, but I still think you need to put in the effort. I think mom still should encourage that relationship.
Yes.
I think she should encourage it. That's the issue that we're having. What it looks like from the outside is that she is hurt that he cheated on her, rightfully so, and she is now. I know the kids are of a certain age, but I believe that she has influenced them because you haven't talked to your father in 3 years. Like, even, and again, I'm not trying to discredit her pain, but I'm saying if I was a mother and I felt like my ex-husband, even though he cheated on me and I'm heartbroken, if I feel like he's a good father, I'm not gonna try to turn my kids against him. I'm like, look, that's your father. Me and him did not work out. He did a terrible thing to me, but you should still try to have a relationship with him. Like, I feel like if she said
that's a situation, because we don't.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
we don't know. I'm not
Brian McKnight thing. I think that's garbage. Like Brian McKnight is
Yeah, we're not even gonna talk about pride tonight.
Yeah, it's a whole
I
other
think when
subject
it
for
comes
another
to
day.
grown children, it's a different conversation. These aren't little kids. She can tell them whatever. He doesn't know. He's not with them. He doesn't know what she's saying. They can now make their own decisions because they know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. Thank you, panel.
It's a loaded question.
It's loaded. Absolutely. It's very loaded. Thank you, chat, for being very interactive. I appreciate everyone's opinions. And we're moving on to the last topic of the evening. I think you ladies, I have an idea of what y'all are going to say, but actually maybe I might be wrong. But anyway, okay. This is a very controversial topic. Ladies, this is for the ladies. Jay, I will have your input as well, but ladies, can you date a man who makes less money than you? This has become a huge topic.
That's a general question too.
We can make it. We can make it general, but I'm gonna start with the ladies on this one. Amina, are you comfortable dating a man who makes less money than you?
Of course. I've done it. Because I'm in a decent bracket, so they still, be able to take me out and do stuff and nice stuff. So it doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah.
As long as they're able to take care of themselves and it's fine. Not a big deal.
Okay. Shayna?
Initially, like starting up, no. Because I've done it and it's finances. That's a major issue. That's like the number 2 cause for divorce. No, like a man that doesn't, next thing you know, you're sleeping with the enemy. He's in competition with you. It's a mess. If we've been together and then all of a sudden my financial situation changes, that's different. But starting off, if it's like a significant difference, no, it's not going to work.
Okay, if it's not significant.
Even if it's like we need to be making the same. Like I don't want
Okay, you made a comment about you feel like he would be in competition with you.
Yeah, at least that's been my experience. Okay, it might be for everybody. Everybody's different, but it just he can almost resent you. It's almost been like a resentful thing. Like
okay,
it just
okay.
These comments are crazy.
I haven't even looked yet. Oh my God, I'm scared. Go ahead, Candy girl. Candy girl, speak your piece.
It depends on I'm gonna say no, it does not, but it depends on like what's the difference.
Like how big of a difference?
Yeah, am I making 800,000 and he's making 150? Like what's the difference?
I don't know. That's
what's the difference? It just depends on the difference. That's drastic, of course, but I'll say no. But again, it depends on the difference.
And I do want to say, okay, hey Ashley, thanks for joining us. So Ashley said, or my sweet perspective, sorry, she said, I'd rather not. There are plentiful amounts of men who can provide. It also depends on his situation. Is this temporary? I do want to say, I feel like even if a man makes less than me, that doesn't mean he can't provide. That doesn't mean he can't contribute. You know what I mean? So I just want to put that out there as well. He can still provide in certain ways and a certain amount, I'm sure, but I respect all opinions.
Well, just to say like Candy and Todd, people always call Candy a sugar mama, but
yeah, I thought that was low hanging fruit. I thought that was not a fair evaluation. Candy Burris has been in the industry since 1993 and has been successful ever since, especially the last 15 years. Todd, not in the industry as long, but has done pretty well for himself and was making good money. Now, who had more in the bank? Candy, but he still made great money and could provide. So I thank you for bringing that up. I think that's a situation where I'm like, okay, most women I would hope would be okay with that situation because Todd Todd wasn't struggling by any means.
Right.
Not struggling by any means. It just Candy ended up having more because one, she was in the business longer, and for two, certain deals that she had were a little bit more lucrative than his. But guess what happened? They got together, and now they're making more money together. So that's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's team up together and get this money together.
I agree.
Yes. Okay, Jay, thank you for being patient. What I want to ask you, I want to kind of do it this way.
I'm sorry. I'm here.
Okay. What is your opinion on the topic and what you've heard from the ladies on the panel?
I mean, it's fair. I would say it's fair. Amina, she said, she's been in a situation before. She's in a decent bracket. Shauna says no. I get all sides, and I can agree on all of them. I can agree on all of them. It depends on your preference, right? Because if you were in a situation before, like Shauna was talking about, then you're not going to want to deal with that. You don't want to go down that same path again. But also to Candy's point, if you're making 150 and he's making 90, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, really the question is, it's not, okay, there's a level of, okay, how much money do you make? But how good is he with his money? Is he financially literate? Because while he may not have actual cash flow on hand, he may have investments, right? He may not be liquid, but he may have investments that he can't touch for a while, but he can touch his little bit of money that he gets from his job that is liquid, that you can actually go on a little vacation with, that you could do a little something with, that you can work with. Now, if you're making 150, ladies, and he's making 20,000, but he has a plan, a business plan to do this, are you helping this man because you really like him, because he gives good D, because he's, is really good with your kids? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you willing to invest in this man? Even though he's making 20,000, he is providing in many other ways, as you said, Monique, just on a level of not just financial, but on a level of emotional. This man is providing emotional and is giving you something that you can't buy, which is love, right? Yeah. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, it's all about how this man's treating you. Yes, we would love for him to have money, but he can have money and be an a-hole to you. Exactly. There's plenty of those out there too. You know what I'm saying? And to go with my girl Sweet Pea. There are a lot of men out there who make money, but these dudes have the worst personality in the world because they make so much money. They got the worst attitude and think that you are beneath him. So I'm just saying, there's so many different scenarios to look at.
Yeah.
And while, I agree, hey, you know what I'm saying? If he has money, we have money together, let's rock. But if he doesn't, and he has a plan, and he's not lazy, he's not, he's ambitious, he's not sitting on the couch playing freaking video games with little kids all day. He's actually out there looking to make his dream come true or his passion come true or whatever the case is. If you really love this man, do you support him?
Thank you. AKJTV. Go ahead, Amina. I know you had your hand up. Sorry. Go ahead.
I did, but I'm not in the process of building a man. So when I said if he's supporting himself, because I do decent. Wow. So just because he's making less doesn't mean he doesn't have money. It might mean he is pretty decent with his money. But what the building of a man? No, because at the same time, what were you doing with unless you were incarcerated or what happened because I'm 40. Yes, YouTube, I'm 40.
Let me interrupt you. I never, and I don't know if you're applying this to what I just said. I was never saying build a man. I was saying just support that man in his pursuits of his dream.
But what I'm saying is, what were you doing? Why would you just now decide you want to build your life? Because I'm 40, so I'm not dating someone younger than 40. So what were you doing all this time? That's my question.
Age is a factor.
Age is a factor. That's true.
You said that when we invest, that's we're going off of potential. You should be potential at this point. We're already grown. I wouldn't even have you around my kids. You need to worry about your finances instead of dating.
Yeah, it was just a scenario.
You're on a hard time. You shouldn't be dating. Right now. You're too old for that. Like, get yourself together.
No, if he has enough money to date and do all of this and that, right? But he's not at your 150,000 that you've made from your job that you've been working at for 30, 40 years, right? And he was an entrepreneur before, his business went down. You know what I'm saying? So many different case scenarios is what I'm saying. Yeah. If he was just a bum and not doing anything and lazy, I can understand why you wouldn't want him around. Yeah. If you really find out his true story that he has been in other businesses and COVID happened and his business went down. There's so many different scenarios is what I'm saying. That's all.
That is completely
I'm not talking about building a man. I'm never talking about building a man.
Well, when you said nothing's wrong with certain prices, but you threw out a certain price.
Crazy right now. Yeah.
Even when they make less, they can have a bad attitude. They can be broke. When somebody, a man that's broke, horrible, and attitude is nasty.
So Jay, I want to ask you something.
Would I date a woman that's broke? Hell yeah.
A lot of men would.
Because I would invest in that woman.
Supposed to be providers.
You're being funny.
I would invest in that woman.
Okay, let me ask you. I have 2 questions for you, Jay.
Yeah.
Yes, if the roles were reversed, same scenario. She doesn't make as much. I'm gonna throw this caveat. She makes significantly less than you. However, she's grinding. She's ambitious. She has goals. She has things she wants to accomplish, but she makes significantly less than you. Are you still rocking with her?
Yes, because I have.
Okay.
In real life.
Yeah.
In real life. And while things didn't work out and it had nothing to do with finances, I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
It had everything to do with just going in 2 different directions, or I'll just say that one was not ready for the next level of the relationship, even though I was the sole provider. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So yes, I have. And would I do it again? I would. If I really, really, if we get to know each other and I see, who you are, and I start to love you as for who you are, not for the potential, but I love the nature of who you are and what you bring to me, then yeah. And I would. Some men would say nah, but some men will say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you this question. Dang it, I lost it. And actually, it's kind of piggybacking off of Shayna's previous comment. I want you to answer this if you can from a male's perspective, not necessarily your perspective, but just from a man's perspective. Why do you think some men are threatened by women who make more? Like, do you have any insight on that you can offer us ladies from a male perspective? Why are some men threatened by it? And we're not going to say, like, how do I say this? As long as she hasn't put him down or belittled him, right? As long as she hasn't done that off rip, just why are some men naturally threatened or uncomfortable with the woman making more money?
Well, again, that's some men, not all.
Some.
I will say that it's really the societal pressures of being the provider and protector. It's simple because that's what we're taught to do at a very young age, right? That's what is also taught in the Bible. Okay, if you want to go there, to provide and protect, and this is what's been going on since the beginning of time, right? When it's time to go get something to eat, we in the village. Y'all not going out to kill a cantaloupe or nothing like that. We the ones going out there, putting our lives on the line to feed you and the family. Providing and protecting. If anything attacked our village, we're going to protect every person in that village. My wife, my kids, everybody's going to be protected. This has been going on since the beginning of time. So when this shift has happened, where now women are getting better jobs, higher pay, and everything else like that, men are, doing their best to try to get into these positions. They're not getting into these positions for whatever reason, or they just didn't gain the skills, or they didn't get the education, or whatever the case is. And the women went and did their thing. Salute to y'all, right? and you meet a person like that, they're not on that same level, but they do have an interest in you and you have an interest in them based off of the visual. When the conversation of finances comes about, he may not be on your level, right? And he may be like, well, you work, you're a lawyer? Oh yeah. Oh, you do this? Oh yeah. Okay. And some men be like, okay, nice to meet you. Or they might be like, yo, damn, she got the bag. Let me talk to her because she seems nice. Right. So the question is, why do some men get intimidated? Is because of the societal pressure and the label of being a provider and a protector. And if they can't do that, they're not going to feel like they're fulfilling their duty as a man.
Yeah.
You know? And that's like the hardest thing, especially when you have friends who are just like, man, what? Your girl did what? Your girl paid for that? Man, you supposed to pay for that, bro. Like, what you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's that pressure too from other brothers who be like, bro, what you doing?
Right.
Oh, she said she gonna do it for me. And you supposed to do that. Or some men will be like, yo, that's cool. She gonna pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So there's many different conversations going on.
Yes.
So from a male perspective, that's really that's what it boils down to.
Thank you for sharing that perspective. Anybody want to comment on what Jay just said, or any final thoughts on the subject?
I agree with Jay. Jay got a lot of sense tonight.
Tonight, huh?
No, I'm joking. No. Good conversation, though. Good conversation. And DeMarcus says, just like Deja and Rashad in the Shy. When Jay was talking, that kind of made me think about Deja and Rashad.
Okay.
I don't know. But it makes me think about that 50-50 conversation, which is never ending.
You're reading my mind. You are reading my mind.
Are you okay with that or not? It's really not ever really 50-50, but
it depends on what what you make. I don't think you should pay half if you make less. If I make less than you, why do I have to pay half?
Right. And it's like more women women most of the time want providers. So it's like you come in, it's like it's all fine when you're just dating. But when we get to that conversation we had earlier, when it's like we're living together, we're talking about marriage, we're paying, now finances are involved. It's a whole different conversation.
Oh yeah.
I got a question for y'all. If I may, Monique.
Absolutely.
In some cases, and not all cases, we never talk about all. We always say some or few, right? Just preface that. Why, and this is not to you on the panel, but it's to everyone.
Right.
Why, when there's a level of I make more money, that it seems like there is less. Let me word it properly. There's less femininity and feminine energy given towards the man. Why do sometimes in some case scenarios that men feel like not you specifically, but some women feel more like I'm making the money, so I'm the man now. But I saw a video, I think I shared that with you, Monique, about how this lady earned so much money and how she thought once she made the money and she got a high position at the job, now she's the head HNIC at home.
And she could treat her dude any way she wanted.
Right. And they got a divorce. And she's like, well, I made all the money, but now I'm single and I'm searching and all this and that. And he moved on and went on with another lady and he's happy.
And he was a good man, apparently.
And he was a good man, right? He was a good man. She never said he was a bad man. You know what I'm saying? So, right. So that's what I'm asking. You know, what are your thoughts on that? Why does it seem like some women, not all or few, women feel like, you know, I make the money, I run it, and this is how I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to talk to you any type of way. And it's like, I don't know. I'm just putting the question out there.
Great question. Shayna, you want to take a stab at this one first?
Yeah, I'll say I was in that situation, and now, like y'all said before, we're in different times. The inflation, everything is different now. So, you know, most households, men aren't able to fully provide like they probably want to. But when it comes to splitting bills and things like that, and then it's like, okay, and then I have the kids and I have this and that. If I feel like I'm carrying on more of the load, now I feel like I'm doing everything around the house. I feel like I'm the provider around this mother. Like, because what do you do? Like, you're just paying half of the bills, and now I'm doing it. So then that respect goes away. Once the respect is gone, then you're gonna start to, because now I feel like I'm in my masculine energy because I can't call you because you can't handle it, because you can't afford to or whatever. You need to make up another ways. You need to overly compensate at home or something to kind of make up for it. But men, it's like they have that old school. Some men want that old school mentality. They want the women like cooking and cleaning and then just pay half the bill. That's not going to work. So it's like, if you can't do that, then different conversations need to be had, at least for the time being, until the situation changes. Because situations, they always change. Things can always turn around and change.
Always.
But in the meantime, when they change, if we came in and you were the provider, I'm not going to kick you to the curb because you can't at the moment, because tomorrow you might be the provider again. But when it's my turn, then you need to be doing something. I'm not going to be doing everything I was doing before when you were taking care of the bills, because now I am feeling mad. Because why? Women are talking about they up there doing yard work, hanging up pictures. Why are you here? Like, now you're going to start to feel like you're masculine.
Yeah. Okay. Amina?
No, I mean, unfortunately, I don't know why, but I think money is like a masculine energy. And it's just, I guess if a woman is sitting there yelling at the kids, she gonna yell at him too. But it is unfortunate. Sometimes it does happen. And I could see, like, if money goes to your head too much, you come home and you feel like, money in general sometimes can go to your head to the point where you feel like you could pay people just to, like, oh, you know what? I gotta run and I gotta do this. Here's a couple bucks. Here's this. Like, you could just throw money at a situation at sometimes, which is not the case. As Kendrick would say, be humble. But I think it just comes with that.
Amen.
Yeah.
Then you got to learn that control.
Mm-hmm.
And also, just to kind of like interject a little bit. If it's a temporary situation, as Shauna's saying, you know what I'm saying? At any given moment, the tables can turn.
Mm-hmm.
My question really is all about the energy and the way that we are speaking with each other.
Yes.
All of us, I think most of us have parents, right? You know what I'm saying? And we got some lessons, right? It's not what you say, it's how you say it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, that money thing, as you said, Amina, is like a masculine energy and everything. And it gets real, like, a little edgy a little bit. But then at the same time, we got to remember who we are to each other. So no matter what's going on with those bills, we're going to handle it together. But let's do each other a favor and talk in a loving way.
Yeah.
And still get it done. Because I'm seeing that clash happen. And it's like, man, this is over money. This is over just a bill that wasn't paid, or you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be more loving to each other and try to work this out.
I agree with y'all. I mean, I feel like money sometimes, I don't know. People change with money. It's like money is power. Like, like I feel like, I don't know. Candy, I'm gonna let you go, girl, before I go in.
Well, then I think Jay mentioned this earlier. Like, how are you with your money? Just because you're making it, how are you with it? Are you splurging? Are you buying every bag, every shoe? Did you buy Mary J's new boots that came out the other day for $13? Like, how are you with your money? And you still want to boast and brag about, I make the money. I mean, I don't do that no way. But how are you with the money? Are you spending every penny you got? Are you mad because he's telling you to stop spending so much money? Like, how are you with your money? That's a major factor as well. Are you doing what you're supposed to do with it? Hey, as much as given, much is given, much is required.
Yeah.
You got to do it right. You got to handle your money right. You can't play with that money, and then next thing you know, something happened because you didn't handle your business when you had the money. Now you can't even get a loan. You can't even get anything. Money is what they say. Credit is currency. So, I don't know. I think it can go both ways. If you're handling the money right.
I agree. I mean, in my parents, I had an interesting dynamic. My father was the breadwinner. However, my mom worked and contributed. And even though he was the breadwinner, she was the one that really managed the bills. She was just better with money in that sense, better than him. Planning, due dates, this is paid, that's due on this date. Like she is that person. He made more money, but she was stronger at budgeting and keeping the checkbooks together. Like, so, it's just kind of like, yeah. So I saw that growing up, which was cool. I don't know. I'm trying to think how I feel about this. I mean, it's a very convoluted situation. And I think this new generation gets really caught up on the whole like 50-50 thing. I just feel like when I hear these young people, and I'm sorry, I have to come for the ladies a little bit. When I hear the young girls saying like, oh no, I'm not paying no 50-50. He better take care. I'm like, y'all must not know what the real world looks like. Like, y'all must not know what marriage looks like. Like, you got to contribute, right? Like, if you want a sugar daddy, go get a sugar daddy. They're out there. But if you want a marriage, this is kind of how it goes. There's going to be moments where he might be doing more than you. It might be 80-20. Sometimes it's going to be 50-50. Sometimes it's going to be 70-30. And not just financially, mentally, emotionally. Sometimes you're going to have to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've talked about it previously on my platform. Even social media was in an uproar over Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. Like, these are two multi-millionaire people. Why are us common folks arguing about what they're doing in their household? Like, if they want to pay 50-50 or do 50-50, that works for them. They take care of each other's families. Like, Gabrielle has to take care of her family. It was just ignorant to me how regular people had so much to say about these rich ass people going 50-50 and how some women were judging her. I'm like, you must not know, especially today, bitch, inflation. Do you know how much this shit costs? So that's my take on it. I don't really, I don't let that stress me out too much. Again, I don't mind my husband being the breadwinner. That's what I'm kind of used to. But the woman that I am, it's just how I was raised. I'm always going to have to hustle. Like, even if I take a break from work to raise the kids and stuff like that, like, knowing me, baby, I'm going to have a side hustle. I'm going to have a side business. I'm going to have a side something because I like that. I like the grind. I like the hustle. I like to have my own. My mom always told me to have a little bit of my own for a rainy day. You know what I mean? Yes, let the man be the man. If he's the breadwinner, love that. But always have something of my own. And that has
gotta have that mad money. Gotta have that mad money, right? So that movie, you know what I'm saying? You lose money on the side. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something happened, your relationship don't work out or whatever. I got my own money. I'm good. You know,
I got a little money on the side. So that's how I was raised, and that kind of just stuck with me. But I know everybody comes from a different background and different life experiences. So yeah, y'all, this was a great topic, you guys. We've been going almost an hour and a half. I'm going to end it now. I did have a couple of juicy things, but tonight is not that type of show. We're going to keep it very PG tonight. Yes, I do want to talk about sex and dating and stuff like that on the channel during the segment, but we're not going to be, I think last week we got a little, we got a little spicy last week. Y'all check it out if y'all missed it.
Why you didn't invite me last week? I mean, you got a little spicy. You did.
You
I know.
You were booked and busy, sir. Yes, y'all. So this was pretty good this week. I'm gonna make it a little spicy next week, but it's okay. This is what this segment is for. This is what I want, you guys. I really want men and women to come together in a safe space to have these tough and controversial topics. And I just want to thank my panel for being very open, honest, transparent, vulnerable, and yet respectful. I really appreciate you all. And shout out to the chat, y'all, the audience. Again, this is my third or fourth episode of the segment, and you guys come to support. You guys are so interactive. You guys make this fun. You guys ask additional questions that just work perfectly with the topic. I really appreciate the interaction. You guys make this so much fun. Guys, I think Wednesdays at 9 is gonna be my official time slot, you guys. So yes, shout out to that consistency. Y'all will see me every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Real quick before we get out of here, panel, just real quick, let the people know what you have going on your channel, what you've done this week, whatever. Candy, starting with you.
Okay, so in a few minutes, I'm gonna hop on with Moochie talking about Mayor of Kingstown season 2, episodes 2 and 3. Aries and I will be together again Saturday. We're going to talk about dead presidents. Sunday, I will be with Inga doing Inga and Monique 69 Ways doing Love and Marriage Huntsville. And then I'll be with Jay Saturday doing The Shy season 6, episode 10.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to Moochie.
Yeah.
Moochie gonna kill me. I love you, Moochie. Mr. J, what you got going on, sir?
Hey. Thank you again for having me. Ladies, great input. I really appreciate all that you said today. Absolutely. We all learn a lot from each other, so I appreciate you guys. So just did a live with Ashley from My Sweet Perspective. We went over Tariq versus everybody, so definitely check out the replay on our live. Definitely had a great time with that. This Saturday, as Candy mentioned, we are going to be coming for the Shy episode 10. We're going to break it down. You know, we always have a good time. You know, we get on the jazzy flow. You man, you know, I may dress up, maybe. Hop out, maybe not. We'll see. You know, I ain't going to do it every time, but look out for that. Look out for final predictions on Monday as we go in for the next episode of The Shy and just share some, you know, picks from the next episode and do some predictions. Have a lot of fun. And yeah, you might see Handle the Truth come back real soon. I know we had a great time with that, so look out for that. And Shauna, you just got a new subscriber. All right. All right. And that's it. Back to you, Monique.
Thank you. Shayna, what you got going on your channel, boo?
Hey y'all. Jay, I'll be subscribing to you as well when we get done here. But yeah, I'm Shayna_MCD, like you see it there. And I just did yesterday I did 3 reviews. I did BMF, no, not BMF. I did Summer House. I'm so used to BMF. I did Summer House, Love and Marriage Huntsville, and The Never Ever Mets. And I did do BMF last Friday. So those are the reviews I have. It's kind of slow right now, but stuff is starting to come back on. Things are starting to pick back up. So just check out the channel. I'll be posting periodically here and there.
That's what's up. Last but not least, Amina, what you got going on, boo? Oh, you're on mute, sweetie.
Sorry. Yeah, I got The Shy coming up. I think I'm gonna do a random pop-up tomorrow, sometime during the day, regular, because I know people want to talk about The Shy today. And I do lives at 7:00 every Wednesday. I will have a moderator this time because it got crazy. You got moderated, Monique?
Girl,
you better get them.
Okay.
You better get them because it was crazy over there.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Oh, that caught me off guard. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. And what about me? Sorry, I didn't talk about me yet. What I have going on? What did I do? Oh my God, I have a brain fart. What did I do? I did some, y'all just go to my channel. I did some shit earlier this week. And then tomorrow is reality TV talk with Nita, and just check out my channel and support your girl, please. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Thank you for the support.
One more thing. Congratulations, Monique Nicole, hit 900 on the way to 1,000. Let's get it done. Thank
you, Jay.
Hit that subscribe, y'all.
You should be there by the end of this month.
Let's make this, come on, y'all. Let's make this happen. Let's make it happen. Can I get to 1,000 in like a month?
This month? You should. I think
right
you
before summer.
Let's see. Thank you, Jay. Forgot about that. Thank you. All right, y'all. It's been real. Until next time, y'all have a great night. Bye.
Peace out.